Okay, welcome to my channel. I just wanted to jump in here and say hi to everybody and let you know how things have been going on with me here since I've been on YouTube. And I kind of wanted to talk about my journey on YouTube in addition to what it's like being a mom of two, especially being an older mom. Today I had to call out because both of my babies are sick, and I think I'm getting sick myself. So I did not feel right dropping them off at daycare because I already knew that they would bring them back, that they would call me to come and pick them up. And unfortunately, the only reason why I contemplate on bringing them is because I work at a job. I'm a nurse. However, I'm working for a staffing agency, so I don't get benefits there as far as call outs. So I don't go to work, I don't get paid. And so that's where the problem lies for me. But I would feel irresponsible if I just dropped them off. I didn't have anyone else to help with the kids today, so here I am home, and I'll have to make do with my finances at a later time. But here I am. Both kids are taking a nap right now, so I decided to take this time to jump on here and, kind of create my content, I should say, especially since I'm now trying this new form of raw content. I guess they're calling it the grandpa method. You call it whatever you want, but we're just talking to the camera and authentically, and I'm not going to edit. I'm just going to chop it up, send it, and hopefully it'll help somebody. Being a mom content creator has its challenges, and I say that simply because I've been trying to, as of yesterday, I wanted to upload a video, but I could not find the time because it was a lot going on. I was traveling with my mom, and in the car the kids tend to make a lot of noise. Gracie, the baby, she'll cry, she gets fussy, so it's not really great content with the baby crying in the background. And then once I got home, it wasn't really a good time either because, again, I started noticing that the kids were sick, coughing, vomiting. I think Zuri, the oldest, who's going on 3, she had 3 episodes of vomiting. So, and the reason more so because when she coughs, her cough is so pronounced and very forceful that everything comes right out. But she's doing a little bit better today. But still, I think it's best that I keep her home and kind of take care of her. So here I am doing content now, and I want to say, as I've been watching YouTube, I'm noticing all these other small channels popping up, and also saying how they're noticing the changes on their channel. And I will say, since listening to Dante's channel and even Dash's channel as well, and kind of taking tidbits and pointers from them, and I did do a video on my last channel. I mean, not my last channel. My last video, pointers from them. It was very helpful, and I have gained some subscribers. I think I am up now in the last couple of days 50 subscribers, which is that's a big deal for me. So I'm happy about that, and I plan to continue doing this format because it's easy for me. I'm just going to be able to send it right to you guys without having to do any editing, because that was really what was taking so much of my time. So I'm happy about that. And I'm glad I can come to you as I am and not have to force content. But really, I really want to speak to those that are interested in this YouTube platform, but mainly for the moms, because there are things that we can be talking about on here, especially with other moms and even myself. I recall when I was pregnant, especially my first pregnancy, I got on here and I kind of wanted to hear what other moms had to say, and what was on, just what it was like to be a mom in general. And again, I struggled finding certain videos. I kind of just went with what I found online, and that was a lot of vlogging style videos. And so I was like, okay, well, I like YouTube. I like this setup. So maybe I do want to get into this and do that. But then I realized I was burning out. And so I'm realizing that essentially is not necessarily for me, although I like the concept of vlogging. But I don't necessarily it doesn't require that I have to do that for all my content. So I'm learning different ways to show up on YouTube, and I'm hoping you guys also take the time to research all these other different creators and find your way of being creative. But for me, this is going to work. It's going to have to work because this is what I can actually tolerate with my busy schedule right now. In the mornings, I have my schedule set up for 4:30. However, I hit the snooze button and I don't usually wake up until 5. I'm not sure if you guys are like me, but I'll hit that snooze button maybe 10 times before I actually get out of bed. But and the only reason why I could do that is because the night before I do all my prepping. So I don't have to make bottles anymore. Thank you, Lord. Grace has passed that stage. So now I just lay out their clothes, lay out my clothes, get my meal set, and then I can get out the door. So I'm up at 5 o'clock and I have to leave my house by 6:40, the latest, so I can get to work on time. And I am able to do that. Some days I'm surprised, some days it's a struggle, but I get the girls up one at a time and we're up and we're moving. And once I drop them off in the morning, I'm on my commute. It's about maybe a half an hour. So that gives me time to do all my stuff. I like to pray. I like to meditate. Well, not meditate while I'm driving, but I like to kind of do affirmations on my drive, positive things, just so I know that I'm going to have a good day. And I'm actually starting at a new job where I'm at now. I work with some kids with autism, and I love it. It's a new space for me. And these kids are younger kids, elementary school. So I love being in that environment. Very rewarding. I'm learning a lot. I'm there from 8 to about 2:30. Well, let's just say 8 to 3. I'm there from 8 to 3, and then I come back home or I grab the girls from daycare. Most likely I like to come home, kind of clean up from all the chaos I had during the morning, and then I'll go back and get them. But now, it's because the time has changed, it gets darker outside. I don't like having to come home and then leave and then come back. So most likely I'll now pick them up from daycare on my way from home and come home. So that's a little stressful for me because I try to want to come home. I my preference is to come home and make sure the house is all settled and clean, because once I'm here, the youngest one, although she's walking, never wants me to put her down. So that's a little struggle for me. But I know eventually we'll be out of that time and she will get older and she'll no longer want mama to hold her, and I'm appreciating every moment, but I look forward to that time as well. So, and once I get home, it's pretty much boom, 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 boom. Dinner time, bath time, bedtime, cleanup time, prep time, bedtime. And all in the matter of from between, let's just say, being realistic, between 5:30 and 9. And every day is the same routine. There are times that I'll say I'm too exhausted to clean up at nighttime, and I'll just save it for the next day. And I'll be honest, those days I do regret doing that, because I hate coming home to a house that's not put together. What I will not do is not prepare the day before, because if I don't do that, then that morning will be chaotic, and I need to show up to work on time. And so that's very important for me. I do love my job and I love the kids, and I have to make sure I find my balance there. What I'm struggling with is finding the time to incorporate my me time. Where's my time? Where do I find time to focus on the YouTube? What I was doing originally was I was taking a back seat on cleaning up, to the extent that I usually clean, so that I could edit videos. And that was also not helping my mental health, because it's like, okay, now I'm challenged because the house is falling apart. Well, not falling apart, but the house is not as put together as I would like for it to be. I'm running after the kids. I'm trying to edit, and that was just too much. And so I just had to take a break, and then I actually was off of YouTube for a few months. So now I've been hearing all this commotion on YouTube about being on easy mode. And, this seems like the perfect time for me to come back here and try to do it again, but in a different way. And I do feel like God keeps talking to me and telling me, slow down, just relax, and just stop trying to do so much at one time. So if I have any advice for anyone, that would be my biggest thing, is do things at your pace, at your rate, and we don't need to do everything like everyone else. And again, I'm so thankful for all the other content creators who are out here giving us the tea, giving us all the information that we need, and we can kind of figure it out and put it into our lives ourselves and figure out what that looks like for us. And for me, I like this dynamic right here, and I'm going to continue doing this. I'll probably do some vlogs here and there. I love my shorts, so check out those. I like doing, my kids are always doing funny things, so I like to kind of take a snippet of that and post on YouTube. But I love this format of YouTube, and I definitely plan on doing this going forward. And what I will tell you about myself and what you'll get from my channel is I'm a mom of two by myself. I co-parent, and I'm having to cut back on some expenses just because I'm not able to afford the things that I would like financially. So there are a lot of changes that I need to make, even my job. Because I work at a staffing agency right now, I'm not able to make money when I take days off like this. So that's problematic for me. So now I'm considering I'm going to have to leave my job for a job that has benefits, and hoping and praying that it aligns with my budget. So I know God has always had me, and I'm not too concerned about that. I really am so grateful and thankful for each and every day, and I'm even thankful for where I am at this moment. It's challenging, it's tough, and some days it's lonely, and I look at myself and I just think, how did I get here? Why am I here? This is hard, how this is not my reality. But I do believe that things are going to change for me. I feel it in my gut. Sometimes I have this anxiety. If I have a problem with control, I want to be able to control and do things to my accord. And then I should know better, because everything I've asked for, God has always given me on His timing. And so I've always had the problem of not being patient. And so I know He's working on me in this season, and patience is definitely something I have to work on. I'm definitely grateful for everything, and I wasn't always like that. And so I'm so glad that God has blessed me with my children, because since they've come into my life, I can see everything as gratitude and grace that God has given me. And I understand that each day is a blessing, and I will not let it go wasted. Even this moment that I'm having with you right now is a moment in time that is now captured, that I'm grateful for, that He has given me. My old self would not be able to see myself doing this and then putting it in front of the world to view and see me being vulnerable. That would not have been me. Since having the kids, I feel like they always say women are superhuman. Not even just women, parents feel like they're superhuman after having kids, and I get that. It resonates now. But for any parent out there who's raising their kids alone full time, I commend you. It's tough, and I pray for you, and I hope that you remain strong and grateful. And I think knowing what the purpose and behind why you're doing what you're doing is what's going to help you to continue and to even become a better version of yourself. And I may not feel like where I am. I may not feel as good some days because maybe finances is what's hindering. But I do know ultimately I would not want to be anywhere else at this time but the place that I am right now, because God has done so much for me in my life. I feel it, I know it, and I'm so thankful for that. And I just know in my gut that there's so much more for me, and it's coming, and he's preparing me. And in order to prepare me, I have to go through some things. So, yeah. Whew. It's definitely hard, but we can do it. We got this. Oh, but yeah. So, continue on with your YouTube journey and be consistent. I plan to post daily, if possible. Hopefully. But yeah, I'm here to stay, and I have to get myself organized. I have to get myself on a consistent schedule that's going to make this so easy for me. It's like, no different from when we wake up and brush our teeth or do our hair or whatever the case may be. I even got my hair in extensions, homemade by the way, just so that I didn't create any excuses as to why I didn't have time. I am planning on starting to work out again and changing my diet because I no longer feel comfortable, in my skin, in my body. I want to work on my skin because of the blemishes. There's just so much that I want to do, but I do know that I just have to slow down, take it one day at a time, and kind of, what's that saying? Work smarter, not harder. So I'm glad I didn't come here and just, say, hey, my time is up. I'm sure the girls are going to be waking up shortly, so this is my perfect time to also eat, because if I don't, I'm not going to get it in. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you like, subscribe, and do all the things, and come by again. My name is Cynthia, and Happy New Year.